Hello, everyone. This is Travis the Trader coming back to you live. I'm actually recording this November the 2nd, but this is for my week of trading, the week ending of trading for November the 1st. I know it's been a couple of weeks. I've been traveling, but did want to get back to everyone and just first of all say how much I missed everyone, but just wanted to keep everyone posted and happening as to what's been happening in my account. So let's just get right to it. Overall, I mean, the market we're kind of all around and about, as everyone knows. Thursday was really a tough day. Friday we did see some comeback, and obviously with the upcoming election on Tuesday, it will be interesting to see how this market reacts to all the different events that will be occurring. So let's just get right to it, and I might digress a little bit here. First position I still have on is /6A. 6A is the Australian dollar. I've got a strangle 0.65, 0.71. I cannot seem to get an uptick. I mean, the dollar really seems to be quite strong in this market. If anyone knows what's going on with the US dollar, why it's so strong, I would think that because rates have come down, you would see some sort of weakness, but that hasn't really been the case. And that kind of segues into the next one, which is the bonds. Bonds, these are the 10-year notes. I actually just rolled this out last week to 55 days. I got a 108.5, 118. This is, as I said, the 10-year note futures. I am very bullish on the 10-year note. And again, anyone knows what's going on with the bond markets, with the notes, the 10-year notes, 30-year bonds, please let me know, because what's fascinating to me is that after the Fed lowered rates, the bond markets have been saying interest rate futures have been saying, we're not really following what the Fed is saying right now. I'm not sure if there's still some sort of inflation or whatnot. But again, please, for those of you who know what's going on or have a different idea of things, love to get your thoughts, as well as look forward to, please subscribe, as well as a thumbs up on this content. Then my next one is Apple, AAPL. I did have an earnings trade in Apple last week. I took that off for a nice gain and decided, with all that's going on this week, with volatility still relatively high, /VX, a little over 20. So I sold a iron condor. This is a weekly. It's actually today's Saturday night, so it's 6 days. It's set to expire next Friday. So let's see what happens. Let's see how this thing reacts. Apple's earnings were kind of flat overall. I think they were down like 2-3 points. ARKK, that's ARK, the ETF. Have a naked put at 45. It's doing what it has to do, but I need it to go up, and I need to see a vol crush in this position. BA, that's Boeing. Let's get this Boeing going, as they say. This thing has been on its butt, and there's been a whole lot of talk as to whether how they're gonna raise more money, all the different changes that the company is currently going through. Again, anyone have any thoughts, comments on Boeing? How are you trading it right now? What I decided to do was to sell this is a naked 135 put scheduled for December. Let's see how this thing progresses. BITO, that's Bito. It seems like I've been in this thing for quite some time. I've actually rolled this position 5 times. Have a naked put at 24. This is the Bitcoin ETF. And again, to reemphasize, this has nothing to do with the spot or the cash markets. This has to do with the /BTC. That's the Bitcoin futures. C, the letter C, or the stock symbol C, Citigroup. Have a naked put at 62.5. I need this thing to move up, and that's where we're at right now. I'm overall bullish in this position. Coin, that's Coinbase. For those of you who are looking for another way of getting exposure to crypto, to Bitcoin, Coinbase is one way to do it. And yes, I did trade it for earnings, made a nice gain. So I decided, with all that's been going on with this upcoming election and Bitcoin and crypto, what's going to happen, I decided to sell the market, I guess, an iron condor scheduled to expire on Friday. That's next Friday, and we'll see how it progresses. CZR, that's Caesars Entertainment. I've been in this thing for quite some time. I've got a covered call. Excuse me, a covered call. 35 call is in the money. Got plenty of extrinsic value, so not really seeing myself get assigned right now. But again, as I always seem to re-emphasize, this is a covered call, so need to see an uptick in the stock. DKNG, that's DraftKings. DraftKings, which I believe has earnings this week on the 7th of November. I need an uptick, guys. I just need an uptick. I've got a covered call. I'll just continue to roll these calls out and just continue to reduce my cost basis in the overall trade. And DraftKings, as I said, has earnings on the 7th of November. EWW, that's Mexico. That's the Mexican ETF. Have a 54 covered call. This thing, I've just been rolling this thing out. It looks like I'm just going to continue to roll it out until I can continue reduce my cost basis. And who knows, maybe I'll end up into positive territory on this. But again, anyone knows what's going on with Mexico? I'd love to get your thoughts on that situation. FCX, that's Freeport McMoran. This is a naked put, 44 naked put. I've got, this is, I guess if you want to look at it as exposure to copper, not looking to get into copper futures at the moment, but this is just another way to do it. I believe Freeport is the largest copper miner in the world. FXI, that's a 35 naked put. This initially started off as a put ratio spread, with the stock having taken a massive hit. I sold the put spread, took some money off the table there. Now I just have a naked 35 put, which is in the money. I need to see an uptick. I need to see an uptick in China. And again, FXI's got stocks like Alibaba, Baidu, JD.com are some of the names that are some of the holdings in FXI. GDXJ, this is the gold miners. This is the gold miner, junior gold miners, excuse me. It's a 50-55. I had to recenter my strikes on this. Kind of need an uptick right now. That's where it is. It's a 50-55 strangle. Most likely, I may have to recenter my strikes again. I'm debating if I should turn this into a straddle, and we'll talk more about that in a future episode. But that's where it is right now. Overall, I need a slight uptick in gold. GLD. Speaking about gold, GLD. This is the gold gold ETF. I've got an iron condor 245, 240, 245 put spread, 262, 267 call spread. I've got 13 days to expiration. It's working. It's doing what it has to do. And we'll, of course, keep you posted. Again, when I put this on, I was really looking at the IV rank on this. And again, with the upcoming election, gold is always seems to be an interesting play. INTC, that's Intel, just had earnings this week. You know what? Truthfully, I don't even remember what they did on earnings. Stock was slightly up on Friday. I've got a covered call as well as a naked put. Overall, I'm still bullish on the stock. Let's see what happens. Let's continue powering forward, and of course, I will keep you posted on that. LUV, that's Love, that's Southwest Airlines. I've got 200 shares, but I got 2 covered calls on it. Again, I need an uptick. It has been moving slightly up. It did have earnings, but clearly not doing the same as to what UAL is doing, which we'll get to in a moment. LVS, that's Las Vegas Sands. I got a 50 put on that's scheduled to expire in December. Slightly out of the money. I need the stock to continue moving up. It's got a nice IV rank, but I do need to see a vol crush in this. Microsoft, MSFT. Also, big tech name that's here. I've got an Iron Condor. I didn't play Microsoft for earnings, but do have an Iron Condor. Again, with a lot happening this week with the elections. I'm just hoping this kind of just trades within a decent range. And right now it's working. But again, need to see more of a vol crush, and hopefully we'll take this off for a nice gain. NKE, that's Nike. Just do it, everyone. Let's just do it. 75 puts. The puts are out of the money. I need an uptick. Hasn't really been working for me that well, and we'll of course keep you posted on that. NVIDIA, NVDA, NVDA, NVIDIA. Also, it's an iron condor. It is scheduled to expire on Friday. Again, I like NVIDIA. I like Microsoft for these situations because not just did these stocks have vol, but also had quite a bit of liquidity as well in the weeklies. So I decided to take advantage of it, and let's see how things turn out. But NVIDIA is a 123, 128 put side, 144, 148 call side, and we'll keep you posted on that. RUT, this is the RUT, very similar to SPX, and I will talk about the RUT in a future episode. This is the first time I'm trading this. This is also a weekly option. This is an option that is scheduled to expire next Friday as well. Again, with the elections coming up, I just decided to kind of take advantage. It's got a nice IV rank. It's got good volatility. It's got a lot of good volume, liquidity to it. Got a 2100, 2105 on the put, 2310, 2315 on the call side. And of course, we'll be monitoring this position very closely. SPX. This is the S&P 500 index. So this is a little bit interesting. I wasn't able to get filled on the next Friday's expiration, so I decided to make it an expiration date for it's set to expire on Monday, the day before the election, and it's an iron condor as well. It's a 56.75, 56.80 put spread, 57.75, 57.80 call spread. Again, need a vol crush, need for it to stay within its bounds, within its range. I will excuse me. I will be looking to most likely be looking probably to put dailies on, zero DTEs on, excuse me, in the SPX, probably in the RUT as well. I just think there's a lot of activity, a lot of volume, as well as just opportunity in these trades. And of course, I will keep you posted on that. Tesla, TSLA, Tesla, got another iron condor that is set to expire next Friday as well, 6 days to expiration. Got a 227.5, 252.5 put, 267.5, 272.5 call spread. Iron condor, need for this just to trade in the range, need a bit of a vol crush. Again, Tesla, NVIDIA, really good liquidity as well as volatility in the weeklies. So might be something you want to consider moving forward for this upcoming election that's on Tuesday. UAL, as I just mentioned with regarding to love, UAL is just killing it. It's, I think, at a 52-week high. I've got a covered call at 43. I've got plenty of extrinsic value. I've got actually quite a bit, so I'm not as concerned about getting a sign. Again, I will just continue to roll this position, continue to decrease my cost basis. But again, if anyone can tell me what's going on with the airlines, especially United Airlines, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And again, I still need the stock to move up, but this thing is most likely going to get, I guess, called away or assigned, and we'll just have to restart the process with UAL at that time. And then last but not least, XBI, which I gave a bit of content on earlier this week, and I look forward to your thoughts on that. This is an 87-110 strangle set to expire in December. It's doing what it has to do. Again, biotech was always an interesting opportunity with some of these stocks, and we'll continue to monitor it and look to see where it moves. One of the things I'm going to be looking at this week, a couple things this week with the upcoming election, and of course, I'd love to get your thoughts as to what are you guys trading? What is it that you're looking at? But one of the things I'm going to be looking at, number one, is I'm going to be looking at volatility. That's / VX. I'm going to be looking at the bonds and the notes, / ZB, the 30-year bond, / ZN, the 10-year note, and of course, / ES, that's the E-mini S&P, the E-mini S&P 500 futures. And this should give us some kind of a gauge as to what's going to be happening with the election. But again, it's anyone's guess as to how this thing is going to turn out. Again, please, for those of you that found value, please subscribe, thumbs up. I love it. I love hearing from everybody. And again, appreciate all the current subscribers, and of course, look forward to the new ones. And I look forward to seeing everyone at the next video.